Hi Capricorn, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another bomb reading. I hope you guys are all well today. And what is the date today? Today is May 8th. Yeah. All right. Happy birthday to anybody who's a Taurus, cross watchers, or, it's anybody with a lot of Taurus in their chart, right? Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here for you guys. And yeah, so we're using the cards from the Tao. Yeah. The goal of life. All right. So I'm not really sure what he's doing, but he has kind of his weapon here. He's kind of like a martial artist guy. I'm not really sure, but he's got something here, and this is his goal of life, right? This is about evolving and, your life purpose. Could be about a partner, who is like a soulmate, life partner, or who you think is, right? This is an 11, so it can be about two people, can be about a choice, right? The goal of life always takes a choice. We have the Knight of the Soul to start the reading. All right, that's just, just so unfun, right? That card, right? But, there's a purpose to the pain with the Knight of the Soul, and if you know about the Knight of the Soul, or if you've ever read Carl Jung, or listen to his work, kind of, right? Beautiful, right? Really, yeah. And so, but he talks about the Night of the Soul and how key it is, really, and how important it is for us, right? I mean, we can say a Saturn return can be the Night of the Soul, but definitely the Night of the Soul is something difficult that people have in their life, and once they do, they awaken, and that's the purpose to the pain, or whatever. But yeah, they come out, they emerge much stronger, although they suffer. They emerge much stronger, much wiser, and now they're really able to live life pretty, fully, I would say. So let's see what this says here. Man discovers in the world only what he already has inside himself. Yeah, and so that's really interesting how you say, like, people changed, but right, if you see that they've grown. But it's not that, really. They are just being who they really were meant to be, right? They didn't really change, right? But yeah, and returning to yourself. But he needs the world to discover it. That's right. We need experiences to learn about ourselves. We need relationships, right? That's why it's not good to, be a hermit. No, it's not. Just temporarily, right? Yeah. And so to discover it, themselves, really, action and suffering are necessary. That's right. That's why, the bird, the mama bird pushes the baby bird out, like, hey, grow up now, right? You're on your own, right? That's what the mama bird does, right? So let's see what this says, because it is a kind of a cool story. One day, Farid, a mystic Sufi, met a man down at the river who said to him, I feel you are enveloped by a divine aura. You seem absolutely ecstatic, while I am so unhappy. And yet I don't feel any desire to look for the divine. He's feeling sorry for himself, right? Totally. What must I do? How can I create that desire? Farid looked at the man and said, Come, bathe with me. Perhaps while you are in the water, the answer will be given. The man was a bit surprised, but followed him to the water. When the man immersed himself in the water, Farid jumped on him and held him under. The man began beating about, struggling with all his force. But Farid was very big and strong, while the other was small. But when your life is at stake, you succeed in freeing yourself. And the man yelled, What are you doing? I only wanted to know how to reawaken the desire in my heart to look for the divine, and you tried to kill me. Farid said to him, Tell me, when I held you underneath the water and you were drowning, what thoughts were in your head? The man replied, My life was in danger. I wanted to get out of the river, but it wasn't a thought. It was with my whole being. Try to simply understand the entire context of this world. If you feel it is similar to a dark, cloudy night that is destroying you, jump out of it. The real question is not how to look for the truth. God, the true realization, is to understand that where you think your life is, life does not exist at all, only death. Okay, so the end of that is a little, a little deep, but I feel like you guys understand that, right? Very interesting here. This is about an awakening, and it's about somebody who, it can be about somebody who kind of really didn't understand what life was about, and maybe they were even complaining or doing the wrong things or in the wrong relationship or doing something wrong here about their life, definitely not evolving. So when he tries to drown him, the guy wakes up. He goes, oh, it's all really about my choice, how I really want to see everything. Yeah, and he had to do that. He had to try to almost kill him for this guy to wake up, right? Yeah. So here we have being, and that is, being is about being present. It's about just enjoying the moment, really. And we have live dangerously. So this is about taking chances and being in the world, basically. And it's a number 7. So this is about assessing your life. And now I'm gonna take risks. And the Knight of the Soul can really help you take risks and live your life fully, right? Yeah, you might suffer while you're going through it, but later on you'll be thankful. Trust me, you will. That's, ask anybody who's really kind of suffered, would you kind of give all that back? And they go, no, it made me the person I am today, right? Yeah. Let's see what else we have, Capricorn, for you guys. And we have the Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation, of course. Yeah, and we have, and it's a powerful realization. It's a 6, right? It's a recognition. And we have the Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. Somebody is confident here after, they suffered. Yeah, probably by their own hand or their own mind. Yeah, their own kind of low vibe in mind, kind of, right? Hey, we all have to learn in some way. We have the Dragon's Hoard. And here's the dragon, and he's protecting his future. He has the key. He has the key to love because there's 2 keys here, and one has a heart on it. So this is, about manifesting something beautiful. It is. So if you want to get a psychic reading with me, Capricorn, you sure can. And I am always checking for accuracies. They're lots of fun. I have a live format, video call, where it's very engaging, or you can get a reading or a video or both. About your own situation, about somebody you don't know, you just met them, they're acting goofy or funny, right? Yeah, like, you know what I mean, mysterious, you can get one on them. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading. The tarot readings are done in any format you would like, live or simply a recording or both. And you can get a past life reading if you would like, and that will definitely help you with your awareness, your intuition, your power, your confidence in this life, right? That's accessing the Akashic Records. What could be cooler or more mystical, right? 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I mean, the Knight of the Soul can be the 10 of Swords. Trust me, it can. But let's see what we have, Capricorn. And everything's in the description box, all right, if you want to get a reading. All right, Page of Wands, 7 of Swords, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords. So, there's 2 pages here. So you're going to have some type of communication, I believe. Somebody could be coming to confess that they want to protect their future with you, or a future with you, right? Same thing, really, right? Yeah, there is protection in this reading because somebody's taking a risk. They're like, this is worth it. I want to protect this. I want to have it. I want to live it. And so the King of Swords sits at the center of the reading here, the root, why it's all happening. A decision has been made here when we see live dangerously. Like, I'm taking a leap of faith, right? And he's standing on these two sharks. And, and he's like, I can do this, right? And he's actually, kind of like a tightrope, right? He's kind of balancing themselves. And they want to bite him. But he says, I got this. Right? After suffering with the Knight of the Soul. Yeah. All right. So we start the reading, Page of Wands. This is a whole new path. Yeah. Somebody got their butt kicked by the divine, by the universe in this reading. Yes, they did. And after they did, they grew up big time. They did. And they started trusting their intuition about their future and about their life. And they have evolved big time because they moved out of stagnation right here. Now, Page of Wands is a new path. The 7 of Swords is the crossing energy with the Hermit. Maybe a Virgo here, but the Hermit, if you've gone through the Knight of the Soul, you can easily embody the Hermit's energy, right? You can, and this is spiritual insight, right? All right, so we have the Seven of Swords with it. There may have been a plan here. There's a plan because somebody wants to protect a future with you. And they're willing to, they were in stagnation, and then now they're willing to take a leap of faith on their life, right? Hey, I want this. I'll never have it if I don't try, right? That's what somebody's angle is here. Now, maybe they're an air sign, King of Swords, a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. We have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Here's the Hermit, Virgo, right? But, it could be everybody else in this reading too, right? It could even be another Capricorn. But yeah, a decision has been made based on intuitive insight, spiritual and intuitive insight. Somebody is just trusting their heart and how they feel, and they're moving forward in their life with their feelings. Not, I'm worried about what people might think about me. My parents want me to be this. The government kind of wants me to do this, or go this safe way. There's no safe way. The only safe way is to live fully and trust your heart, because your heart knows what's good for you, right? Your soul. Go with your soul. Feel your soul. And your mind doesn't always know what's good for you because it's too busy creating fear. Saying, you can't do that, it's too hard. But remember, your grandmother wasn't able to do it, neither was your mother. Just stuff like that, right? Now, the Six of Pentacles sits external to you. This is the person who wants to protect something with you, and they want harmony and balance with you. Now, yeah, let's get a card on that Six of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. Now we have, a fire sign here, possibly. But this Queen of Wands is about trusting your intuition based on Aries, Leo, or Sag. But, the black cat here is I'm trusting my intuition for sure. And, she's all about living her life on her own terms. And that's what I've just been talking about. If you don't live your life on your own terms, then, at the end of your life, you might blame other people. You'd be blaming other people right now, your parents, whoever, sister, your brother, your ex, whatever, right? But you live your life on your own terms. That's what evolution is about. It sure is, right? And the Ace of Wands, and this can be about somebody who feels like you're passionate and they're going to enjoy a passionate relationship with you. Inspiring, passionate, meaningful, full of purpose. Yeah, that's what this is about. And here's the Ace of Wands to confirm that, or I don't like to use confirm with these readings, but to support that, right? Now we have the Four of Pentacles, and this is, this is all about wanting to establish this, protect it. He's protecting his money here. He's protecting his pentacles. He could be protecting what he so values, right? This could be somebody who wants to hold on to you as well. We can see it like that, Capricorn, for sure. Now, in the past, we have the Four of Wands showing up here, but the Page of Swords sits next to it. I'm curious about, I want to be happy. I'm thinking about my happiness here. Maybe a marriage even. Queen of Pentacles, there you are, Capricorn. Wow, we have like every element here. The King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, Capricorn, the whole neighborhood's here, right? All right, so, watch out for that, all right? Just kidding. Page of Swords is in the concern, and Queen of Swords reversed. Wow. Yeah, I'm done thinking about this, kind of. But there's still some type of curiosity about something in this reading. Maybe whether or not this can come true. And with all these court cards, there could have been too many people involved. There could have been, right? Five of Cups. There could be too many people involved here. There could, right? This can talk about regret. It can talk about a third party sometimes. Five of Cups. 3 cups are down and 2 cups are up. Right? This could be like a third party ends, and now there's only enough wine, so to speak, for 2 people. Right? Yeah, Queen of Cups showing up in the environment. Here she is, right? Trusting her intuition and trusting her heart, and, this creative type of energy. It doesn't always have to be art, right? It could be, I'm creating my own life with my intuition, right? Moving forward like that. Page of Cups. Yeah, somebody wants to talk to you here, Capricorn. Because we have all these pages in the reading. And these are messengers. Yeah, and it's underneath the King of Swords, and he is about his words and his decisions, and yeah, he is. All right, the High Priestess reversed is the hopes and the fears with the Wheel of Fortune. So, this is about evolving fate and destiny, right? It can be taking a chance. Let me spin the wheel, right? That's interesting. I used to love the Wheel of Fortune when I was a kid, too, right? Yeah, and I'm a Sag, right? This is a Sagittarian card. Underneath the Queen of Wands, here's the Scorpio Piscean card, High Priestess reversed. This could be about a couple people, a water sign, Sagittarius, right? Definitely, because here the High Priestess sits reversed next to the Queen of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune sits underneath the Queen of Wands. That's kind of a trip, right? Now, this could be, I hope fate and destiny is coming true for me, right? I hope I have my fate and destiny. Yeah, definitely. This could be about a soulmate right here. And this could be about a secret that comes out, High Priestess reversed. It could be kind of, maybe this is a water sign who's kind of feeling like they're in trouble, and, maybe they've left somebody in this reading. There's some type of an ending in this reading. There definitely is. When we move out of stagnation and we move toward what we want and what is divine, right? Yeah. Let's get a card on that. We have the Empress. Yeah, I mean, there could be a third party here big time. The Empress is a number 3. High Priestess reverse. There could be a secret that is revealed here. And, real interesting with the Scorpio full moon, any full moon can reveal a secret, right? A secret to you about, about yourself, like you're learning about yourself, right? That type of secret, like, whoa, I didn't kind of realize that about myself, right? But a real secret, right? The kind that people gossip about, that type of stuff, right? That you're kind of supposed to keep. And so it could, because the full moon, it can be about that. The full moons are about endings and new beginnings. They're culminations. So whatever was thought about last fall when we had the Scorpio new moon is culminating now with the Scorpio full moon, right? And that's about endings and transformation. And that can be about relationships big time, because that's what Scorpio represents. Intimacy and sex and power and, intimate relationships, things like that. And also regenerating something, regeneration. Here's the 6 of Cups, and maybe you are regenerating something with somebody, Capricorn. But whatever this is, this can also be about somebody kind of, really supporting their inner child with the 6 of Cups. And that's what you need to do, right? Because we know usually when we're young what we want to do with our lives. A lot of us do know. And then when we get older and we allow this conditioning to come in, by society and, church, government or whatever, whenever we allow this conditioning, or even our parents, right? Or, other people in our lives, whenever we allow conditioning, we move away from our inner child and what we really need. So this can be about that as well. And this could be somebody from your past, right? But cycles are ending here, Capricorn. You have a new path right here, Page of Wands. And it's a really beautiful one, full of power, wonderment, and, somebody really steps into their divinity in this reading. It's so beautiful. Thanks so much for joining me. If you want to get a reading with me, check out the description box below. You guys rock. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me to keep these readings coming. It does. And hit the little bell in order to receive all my notifications. Thanks so much, guys.